Well, hello. How's everybody doing today on Friday? Finally, the heat wave has broken for a day here in Baltimore. Yeah. I even got out and played pickleball today. It was like cloudy and drizzly and not even 70 degrees. The 90s are gone, I think, for one day. So, anyway, we'll live with it. That's what you got to expect in the summer. So, anyway, today I had the idea that we're going to maybe start on some of the jazz lessons. It's just a good way for people that get tired of doing the same old thing and they want to expand and be better and learn. I think after my first maybe 10, 20 years of playing, I got a little bored with rock and roll and maybe some of the jazz fusion I was working on. And I wanted to learn how to read music and I wanted to learn how to play jazz. And I've never been in a jazz band, but I have learned how to read, from the fake book, chords. I can read pretty decent, as far as the single notes. Nothing real fast or really high, fast, high tempo reading, and still working on putting together the right, melody and the right improvisation over the chord changes. But, you keep learning when you play guitar until you're done playing guitar. It never stops. So I had one song in mind, and for whatever reason, I guess when I started, George Benson was like a big jazz guy, that was out there. And he did get a little commercial and went out of jazz and got into top 40. But what kind of put him on the map in the mainstream before he had several hits was a song called Breezin'. And even though it's got some jazzy little riffs in it, it's very basic, kind of structure that goes over and over again. That's very easy for anybody to play as far as the chords, because it's just D major, B minor, E minor, and then A. So you actually could play it. I play it with bar chords up the neck, but you actually could play it with the D to the B minor, to the E minor, to A. I'm sorry. But I've been always doing up the neck. And I'm doing D major, and I'm doing B minor, I'm doing E minor. I'm just switching around with the A and putting the A6 in there. Okay, that other note there, that F sharp, that's on the B string, 7th fret. This is my tip area that I think, I'll just leave it there. Mariah sent me a tip yesterday. Thank you, Mariah. Appreciate it very much. You can send tips if you'd like, but all my content is free. So what happened after these chords, the line, that George started doing his riffing. So he started with a little thing like... forth, and so on. So that was kind of my first introduction to like jazz, was like more like a poppy instrumental that really got a lot of airplay and put him on, on the map. And then he started playing on Broadway, and he did a Leon Russell song, slow song. I can't think of the name of it now. But then he started getting hit after hit, and he actually got away from like his really jazzy chops. But he's a credible guitarist to listen to. I'm playing it on electric. Obviously, he's using, a jazz guitar for his sound. And this is in, the key of D, but it works, with the relative minor being B minor, that if you're going to, just do that track. And then you want to start playing over it, you're going to play in either B minor or you'll play in D. So, tomorrow, I think I'm going to do, or beginning of the week, a song called All the Things You Are. And it's another jazz standard, which actually really gets into, the jazz chords, more complicated. But it's a good way to go, just to expand your knowledge. I know this isn't interesting for everybody, but I do want to kind of get into a little bit of everything. So more and more people will feel like I have value to what I'm, giving them, whether you're a rocker or whether you just like acoustic, or, if you want to learn to read, you want to learn how to be in a band. I was in a band when I was 13. I had my first electric guitar, and I've been in ever since, and I'm almost 70 years old. So my content's free. Here's 4 options for tips. Thank you, Mariah. I appreciate it. And we're going to do a little daily recap. But we will be back next week. Maybe we'll do something over the weekend. I'm not sure. But anyways, stay cool if you're in the hot zones. And we'll see you soon.